Okay, so it is Tuesday, May 29th, and we're just doing a quick Zoom video to help you guys figure out how to do your business and put your family first this summer. I actually was on Sonara Brown's leader call this morning, and she had some really great tips, so I just wanted to share those with all of you. So Jennifer Muldoon is on the call live, so yay, while she's working, which is so awesome. And most of you should know me, but just in case you're hopping on and I haven't met you yet, my name's Jutta Stoffaker. I'm a director in Spokane, and then Jennifer Muldoon, also known as Zoodles, is a leader on my team, which is so awesome. So anyways, okay, I'm gonna dig right in, and it's not gonna be that long of a call, but these are some really great tips. So 5 tips coming from Sonara. Number 1, make a list and plan your day the night before. And really the reason why we're kind of talking about some things that might be familiar and also some things that might be new is because summer vacation is different. If you have kids in school and then they're not in school anymore, you know it can be super, super crazy at home. So if you don't have a plan ahead of time, you're likely to get going with the kids and crazy and just really never get to it during the day. So maybe once your kids have gone to bed or they're settled down in the evening, sit down and make a list and make a plan for the next day so that you already know what you're going to be doing for your business the next day and it doesn't become a stressful thing. The tip number 2 is set aside 2 different 30-minute blocks of time during the day that you're planning your Wild Tree business. And the reason why she's saying 2 different times is because if you do, if you just have one time set and then something came up, because that's what happens in the summer, everything's spontaneous, I feel like, in the summertime. People, you know, you take your kids to the park and then somebody wants to, you see your friend there with their kids, and pretty soon you guys are going to frozen yogurt and, you know, doing playtime or whatever. And then before you know it, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon and you haven't gotten any of your work done. So what's great about this is that's fine, because we all want to enjoy that time with our kids. We want to really make the most out of the weather in the season. So if you have 2 different 30-minute time chunks set aside, when you don't get to the first one, because it's very likely that you won't, you'll already know you'll have that second time block waiting for you. So Sonara was suggesting like maybe the second one would be like in the evening, you know, once your kids have gone to bed or settled down or something. So sort of like if that first one doesn't end up happening, you know, you can get that other one done. And in the evening, you might have a better time of reaching people. Well, you will have a better time actually reaching people in the evening than you will usually during the middle of the day anyways. So tip number 3 is work during nap time. I'll elaborate on that in case some of us don't have children that are taking naps anymore. But what she meant by that is we all have this intention that, like, we want to get up, we want to get our work done, and then we want to have the rest of the day free to ourselves to do what we want to do. But reality is, if you have kids that are home from school and, you know, they're waking up in the morning, you're there, they're there, they're going to want to go do something fun. Like, let's go outside, let's go for a bike ride, let's go to the park, this or that. And what's going to happen is that your work is just, again, it's not going to get done because it's not that realistic to make that happen first thing in the morning. So if you take that morning time and just let it be your mom time, go to the park with the kids. Don't think about Wild Tree. You know, go for bike rides. Do what you're going to do. And then really, it helps also to get the kids' energy out, you know, because they're running around playing and stuff. And then once you get back, maybe you come home at noon, everybody has lunch, and then either your kids go down for their naps, because that's kind of a typical nap time, or they do quiet time because, you know, you guys did your fun play time and now it's time for their quiet time. And that way you can have some calm, uninterrupted work time. So that was tip number 3, work during nap time. Okay. And then tip number 4 is schedule your own party that you're going to be hosting at your house each month of the summer. So 1 party in June, 1 party in July, 1 party in August, for a couple of different reasons. One is if a different party cancels, you kind of have that backup. So, you know, you still have, you know, a party that you're hosting going on. Another thing is in the summertime, you're likely to be running into people, again, at the park or maybe at the ice cream shop or wherever. People are just out and about and more social and hanging around and visiting with people in the summer. So if you have something on your calendar where you can invite people to, especially if they're brand new to Wild Tree, so much easier to invite them to your home versus trying to introduce them to Wild Tree and see if they'd like to host a party for you and getting that whole thing going. I mean, that's all obviously still an option all the time. But if you have something at your house that you're hosting, super, super easy, non-threatening, just to invite them over. And then Sonara said too, like if you were at a park next to a grade school, let's say it was called Longfellow Grade School, and maybe one of your kids goes to school there and you met a new mom or something, or a mom that's new to the school, maybe just mention like, hey, yeah, I have some other Longfellow moms coming. You'll probably end up knowing some of the people at the party. It's going to be a blast. Just come and have a little night off and just, learn about what we have to offer type of thing. Make it really fun and inviting for them. And then to piggyback on that same tip number 4 of scheduling your own party, 1 month or one party per month in the summer, is make sure that all the parties that you're scheduling in the summer are Monday through Thursday, because people go to the lake around here in our part of the country. We go to the lake on the weekend. Some people go to the mountains. I don't know what people do in different parts of the country, but people usually do something fun in the summer on the weekends. So make sure you're holding your parties on weeknights. I personally am doing my parties on Tuesdays and Wednesdays for the summer because I want the flexibility to stay at the lake cabin until Monday if I want to. And on Thursday nights, I'm usually grocery shopping to leave for the lake on Friday if it's a weekend that we're going to the lake. So I feel like if that might be something that I'm thinking about, my customers might be feeling the same way. So Tuesdays and Wednesdays, I would feel like are prime days for summer. And then if you have to branch out from that, obviously Mondays and Thursdays would be fine too. And then number 5 is write down your goals. So even if you are not a goal setting, goal writer kind of a person, at least give it a shot for the summer, because before you know it, your day is going to get away from you if you don't have some sort of goal that you're working towards and just sort of tracking that. So what I think is great is to have like your goal that you'd like to happen, that you're going to work hard to make happen. And then maybe have below that sort of like your worth it number. Like what's the goal that you absolutely need to happen to make this Wild Tree business worth your time? And then obviously from there, you have also your really big goals. So like for me, it's like buying a lake cabin. So that's like not going to happen this year, but it's something that is, that I work towards and that helps me keep motivated. So think of what your big dream or your big goal is, and then kind of break it down into, what's a goal that you're really pushing towards. Maybe that means promoting to team leader. That is a really, really amazing goal, a goal that everybody should have who's serious in this business. So think about that. If you want to be promoting a team leader, that's what you're working towards. And then maybe at the bottom is like, okay, but in the very least, I need to make a minimum of at least $500 in my pocket at the end of the month to make this worth it for me, something like that. So whatever it is for you, please reach out to your upline leader or to me. I would be happy to help all of you guys kind of map out what your goals are and then what that looks like as far as a workload. So I recommend not only write down your goal and read it every morning and keep it in front of you, but then track weekly, because if you wait until the last week of the month to try to track for what your goals for that month were, it gets pretty stressful and sometimes really hard to achieve. But if you know that you had a goal of selling X amount of dollars in the month and you divide that by 4 weeks, and then at, maybe every Sunday night you reevaluate where you're at, kind of tells you what you need to do the following week, you'll really be able to stay on track a little bit better. So when you write down your goals, read them in the morning. If you have a little morning routine that you do, maybe do a devotional, you do whatever, quiet time in the morning, read your goals to yourself and just, really like think about that, because that's going to be the motivating factor for you to get your work done. I was going to say something else. We have these different like color in trackers and stuff like that. So you might just even take a piece of paper yourself and take a drinking glass and draw a circle around it, use it to trace a circle, and do, if you're trying to do 6 parties a month, put 6 circles on a piece of paper and then start putting people's names in it as you're booking your parties. And keep that on a clipboard on your desk, on the kitchen, you know, stuck to your fridge, I don't know, wherever, on your bulletin board, somewhere that you're seeing it really regularly. And then that way it's kind of a visual of like your goals, as far as like what your goals are in your workload, how many parties you want to have and that type of thing. That will match up with your big dreams and goals that you are working towards. So just keep in mind that basically in the summertime, you want to make a new game plan, kind of have new office hours, which don't really mean that many hours because we don't work that many hours in our office, but sort of readjust, you know, what your schedule looks like so that you can enjoy your business and enjoy your family over the summertime. So that's basically all I have for you guys. Do you have any questions or comments, Jennifer?
Sorry, I'm muted.
No,
Can you
you're
hear
now? Yeah.
Not really. My summer's so this year is so crazy that that just is taking some creative thinking.
Yeah, for sure. You're gonna have moving across the country is a little more hectic than just having kids home from school, that's for sure. Yeah, so we'll work individually on your schedule and get creative with that.
Yeah, but I like you know, planning a couple of time periods and
yeah. I also love your tip on just the fact of work during nap time or quiet time or whatever you want. I don't have, well, I do, and because my daughter nannies, so I still have a 4-year-old at my house, and it resonated with me because it's hard to concentrate with a 4-year-old running around sometimes. So just to say, you know what, I'm going to get housework done when he's running around and awake, and then when he goes down for his nap after lunch, I can have, you know, I can think better because it's quieter. And so, you know, even for my house, even though it's not my little one, I can see where that makes sense. Okay, awesome. Well, I'm going to end the recording just so that this is not too long for everybody who is just hopping on to listen. So if you're listening to the recording, thank you so much. And please comment in the comment section with any questions or comments that you have about it, and any help that I can, you know, give you as far as having a successful, happy, enjoyable summer. So thanks, you guys. Have a great week.